Good evening all the students. Today I am going to talk about SAP navigation, and I would like to give the credentials to the original author who have been prepared this particular PowerPoint presentation. So let us begin with our SAP navigation session today. So once you will go through the details of this SAP navigation, you will be familiar with some of the basic tools and terminologies which we require while navigating through the SAP system, and will be able to perform the basic operations like drilling down the menu paths, entering the transaction codes, creating a new session, creating a shortcut on the desktop, creating the favorites, and how to use help. This one you will get through this particular SAP navigation. So let me first of all give a meaning of navigation means what? How we are going to move from maybe one graphical object to the another graphical object, or in other words simply how you can use the different options available on that SAP Logon software. So our basic topics which we are going to cover today are basic navigation tool and nomenclatures and basic features supported by this SAP Logon. Dear friends, please understand, the basic navigation tool means what are the basic various symbols, icons, or I can say the text fields, or I can even add that what are the different options of that particular software we are going to use. And nomenclature, understand the nomenclature means what is the name given to that particular basic navigation tool. So it is just like we are nomenclated by our parents. Okay, when we born we were unknown, we were unlabeled. So we have been given a label as just like a name. Okay, anyone's name is like his or her nomenclature. So when I am going to deal about these different navigation tools, I must know these tools with their particular name and usage. Okay, so when I am talking about these basic navigation tools and nomenclature, in this section you are going to understand first of all what are the different common tools that are used to navigate or to access your SAP systems. So in that we have been given various screenshots for your help as well as explanations. Okay, few tools we are going to explore later on in this particular SAP navigation. Please understand here, the SAP navigation, once again I am telling you, it is simply we are going to understand here the various options available on this SAP software. It is just like we people are using the WhatsApp, but we are not using the WhatsApp only for the chat purpose. We know the various options available on that WhatsApp. We know that how to create a group. We know that how to add another member. Okay, we know that even how to attach an attachment, maybe like an image, maybe like a audio clip, maybe like your video clip, like this. So these are the options available on our that WhatsApp. There are so many other options, but I am just telling you as a part of our explanation. Okay, so when you will use your SAP software, or I can say SAP Logon software to do your job, okay, first of all let us understand how are you going to log in into that SAP Logon. So usually when you will find your SAP Logon first time, you will see the win icon like SAP Logon. So the first step to logging onto your SAP is to what? You have to either make a double click on this SAP Logon icon, or another way is that you can make a right click on it. Okay, right click on that particular icon, and then you can either select run as an administrator option, or you can open it and you can follow the further steps. Okay, so once you will click on it, so you are going to see the different options on your that particular SAP Logon. Once you will get your next screen, see on that next screen you will find various options available there, and these options are mainly written in the short way. Just like the first option you may be able to see in this particular given window. After double clicking on your this icon, you will get this window, and here you will find various systems, okay, on which you are going to work. So it means that when you are logging first time, you have to identify or you have to select a particular system in which you are going to work. Okay, just like the first one is Core PRD, or it is SSHE PRD. So what is it? It's a simply PRD used as a short form for the production. Okay, I would like to give one information to all of you. In SAP, most of the words are in the shortcut format, and these shortcut format or short words are like a transaction codes in SAP. Later on you will get an idea what is this transaction code. See, transaction in simple other words known as an operation. So when we do any operation, we are saying it as a transaction. But to carry out that operation every time is are you going to remember entire transaction operation name? No. So what we do, we put a shortcut name. So it is just like in our real life also we do that. Okay, what we do in house, okay, you know that in a family member there are suppose 5 to 6 members. Then we never call them by their name, their full name. Okay, suppose I am saying there is a person XYZ. So we never call every time that person by the name XYZ. We give some another alternative name or short name to that person. Okay, it may be in India we give the name like that Chintu, we can say, then Dadu, we can say okay, Papu, like this. Okay, so what are these? These are the short words for that particular person. And in German, specifically for this SAP, they have been used such kind of short words everywhere, and in SAP terminology they are known as a transaction code. So here you are going to first select your particular system in which you are going to work. Okay, so when you will select this PRD, definitely this selection is based on what kind of job profile or what kind of work you want to do here in SAP logon. Okay, so you will find this production system. When I am saying I am selecting this core PRD, it is my SAP production system where no testing or configuration is permitted to anyone. It means actual functionality will carry out. If I select this particular core TRN, then it is for training, which is known as a training client. So one can perform their various operations related to this training. Okay, suppose even somebody has been selected this point, that is what core QFN, that is it is now for quality test system. See, this is where end users perform final quality testing. So if you observe carefully these particular systems given over here, they are for what? They are for the different operations in an organization or in the business cycle you want to do. Okay, so when the production will be carried out, we need to do the quality test. Then where I should move? You have to go to that core QF1. Suppose there is some issue in that production system itself, some bugs are there or troubleshooting is required, then I go where? Core PFX. So you will get more ideas on this, but today let us have the in short. Okay, once you log in onto your SAP, you will get its particular shortcut icon. You have to make double click and according to your purpose you have to select your that particular SAP system. See, I know that immediately you will not get the access for SAP logon, but this is helpful to you during the time of your internship, as well as when you will go to the industry also you will find the same kind of interface. So it's a prime duty that or prime objective is here to make you aware, because when tomorrow you will start with your SAP Education Console access, tomorrow means once you will get it, then you are going to access it, you are going to see the various windows of this SAP logon. So you should get immediately idea, okay, this one is the part related to my this SAP navigation and okay, which is available on my this SAP logon. Okay, so what is here, when you are going first time on this SAP logon and you select your respective system, okay, so you are going to log on onto this R3 system. See, earlier I already explained the meaning of R3, but once again I am putting in front of all of you. Here R stands for real and 3 stands for 3-tier architecture. Okay, when you are going to log on here, you need the certain information with you. The first is like a client number, then username and password. See, most of the time you may find the client field is already filled. Then you can either accept that by default client or you can overwrite it. So it is just here, see, it is given like in this particular window it is mentioned client 100, which is for configuration only. So you can keep it as it is and you can move ahead, but you can change it. Suppose you want to go for unit testing your client, you can put here ID 150. It depends. Okay, it will be given to you, specifically it will be given to you. Then either by pressing the tab key or you can directly navigate with the help of mouse from your client field to the username field or to the password field. So when you will go to the username, okay, you have to specify a particular username, and then once you specify the username, given valid username, you have to move for a password. See, when you will go to the password field, these asterisks, they will remain in the field as it is, and only the cursor will move. Means when you will start to type the password, you will feel, okay, your cursor is moving, but that asterisk sign is as it is, or that star is as it is. So as a part of security on this SAP logon, system does not display what you type. So when you are typing, you have to assume that you are typing it correct. See, then you have to click the enter icon, either which is given at the top of your screen, or you can press enter key from your keyboard. Please understand. Either you can select that enter icon which is given at the top of your key, but then now there may be question in your mind where exactly this enter icon is given. See, you will find that enter icon is like this, which I have been shown here, okay, which is available here like this in this green color with this correct tick mark. This is known as your enter icon. So either you can hit the enter key from your keyboard, or you can click on this icon to move ahead. Okay, see, then this client is a dependent technical unit. Again, a user master record must be created for the user for each client in which he or she want to work. So these details will be given to you by the organization. You cannot identify or you cannot use directly then. Even in your internship also, we are going to provide you these details by default. We will provide you the your default client ID, as well as we will give you that your username and respective password. See, then your access authorizations are created separately for each client. It means that suppose there are three different users. One user is working at the client end, one is using at the, I can say, middle or at intermediate level, and one is working at the administrator level. Then what happened? We have to give the different authorization to them. So what that client side user is going to do, what that intermediate user will do, and what is the role of administrator that we have to define. And these facilities are available here. I hope you understand this. Next, understand now when I am going to talk about SAP navigation, I must know that SAP software, that right now you got how to enter into that SAP logon by double clicking on the given icon, and then you move ahead. But when I am coming on that main SAP software, I need to understand its entire window. I must know at particular level or at particular part or component which graphical object is available for my usage. So here, if you observe carefully, this particular SAP window comes with different components. Okay, let us understand this is a complete SAP window. Okay, this we can say your entire SAP window, and this window is divided into the multiple parts. The first part comes as a screen header, where at the screen header, what are the sub components of header are available? First is your screen banner, means various options available on the screen banner, and this screen banner also contains your what? Menu bar along with the standard toolbar. See, menu bar comes with the various options. You might be able to see in this blue component some menu bar options like there they have been given document, edit, this way. So it is just like menu available in our Microsoft Word or in PowerPoint or in Paint, where at the top you might be seeing the options like file, edit, help in this way. So these options are known as a menu bar. Then what is the standard toolbar? In this standard toolbar, alternative shortcut for your menu options are given. It means suppose for copy, I can use that copy option from my edit of that particular software. At the same time, I can do the copy with the help of copy symbol or icon given on this standard toolbar. Even I can save my copy by going into that file and by choosing the save option. At the same time, I can do it by using the floppy kind of icon shown on the standard toolbar. Apart from that, the title bar is available as a part of your screen header. So what is there in this title bar? It is actually showing where exactly and what details right now you are dealing. So here it is showing, like as an example, display shipment initial screen. Okay, so that is shown here. Then the rest of the part of this SAP window is given for this screen body. So what are the components from screen body? The first is application toolbar. What are the different options associated with your actual application operations are given on this application toolbar. And then the actual fields where as a SAP consultant you are going to work, those particular input fields are also given over here. Okay. Then below at the end there is a status bar to show the status of various applications or operations that you carry out. So this is about your entire SAP window. See then, this SAP window actually contains, now we'll see in more depth all these options. First is menu bar or toolbar. What it says, I already said, this menu bar contains menu paths available for navigation from your current screen and which comes with the various options. See again, these menu options may vary according to the screen or particular task. Okay, what are you going to do? According to that, these options may vary. See, on this following screen, the various options are given like this: menu, edit, favorite, extras, system, help. So currently I am just going to log in, or I am going to access. I am going to do the easy, going to use this SAP Easy Access. So I am getting its main menu bar or toolbar available for my usage here. See then, next is your standard toolbar. So if you remember, below our menu bar, there is one more bar is available, that is your standard toolbar. So here you can identify, you can see there are various fields are given. See, this is just located below your menu bar, which contains buttons or icons for performing common actions. What are the common actions? Such as your like save, enter, back, exit, cancel, etc. Then this toolbar also contains the common field, see, which is given in this particular rectangular box. You might be observed with this red color, it is marked here, okay, where you are going to enter the transaction code. Now you have to understand what is this transaction code. See, transaction code, I already said, these are the certain short forms given for your specific transaction, okay, and when you want to go for that transaction without using your menu bar, just by entering here that transaction code and then hitting the enter button, you will go to that option or you will go to that particular next transaction. See here again, there are certain options are given. How you can enter that transaction code? You can enter the transaction code by putting /n followed by your transaction code in the command field. So you have to just put it. Currently you don't know about the transaction code, so don't worry. Let us just understand. And then where you have to click? You have to click on this green icon with this right tick. But I already said, explained that this green icon is an alternative for your enter button. See, once it is done, then see that you can perform the various functions with the toolbar, okay, which is dependent upon where you are in a particular transaction. For example, right now notice in the toolbar above, okay, the save icon which is shown here, the save icon is grayed out. So it means that you would not be able to save in this instance. Means you are not going to save anything. You cannot do that saving operation. Other buttons may be grayed out at any given time depending on, okay, where you are in a particular transaction. So if you are going to do particular transaction, according to that, certain these toolbar options are becoming grayed. Once they are grayed, it means you are not able to use during that particular time or for that transaction. So right now only this one is grayed. It means the rest of the one which are shown here, okay, these are activated or available options for you. So I'm just going to summarize everything as a part of each button function, okay, in the next slide to show all of you what are these different buttons. See, first is enter. So it confirms the data you have selected or entered on the screen. Then you got about the command field which allow you to enter the commands such as your transaction codes. The next is save button which you use to save your job. Then if I want to go back, I will use this particular button, that is back, okay, or I can switch from my current screen to the previous screen like this. Suppose I want to exit. See, if I want to exit the current function without saving, then I will make use of this particular one, okay, so that I will return to my initial screen or main menu screen there. Then this, to cancel the current task without saving, I can use this red cross sign here, okay, which do the same job as like exit or I can say cancel in my that edit menu. Okay, then print, everyone knows about this, it is going to print data from the current screen only. To find data required on the current screen or whatever data is displayed, and from that I want to search something, I will make use of this option. To do the find next, okay, This is just, we can say, an extended search for data which we require in the current screen. Then first page, if I am to go on a first page, then I can use this particular icon which will scroll to the first page. I can do the same thing by just pressing Ctrl plus page up key from my keyboard. Then previous page, if I am to go for the previous page, I can use this last icon which is shown over here, okay, and then I will scroll to the previous page, and same function we can do with the help of page up key on from your keyboard. See, then other options are also given. It's very easy, you can easily understand by them. Okay, like your first page, previous page, next page and last page options are also given. Then the next one is your create session. So it is very important. It is just like we are creating the session in the system menu. So you can create the new session. You can have the previous window open. You can go for the next window, okay, for the same session as a new session by using this create session option. We can also create the various shortcut on a desktop for our any SAP report transaction or for a particular task, okay, where you want to switch every time very easily in your that task without following the previous steps. You can do that. Even if you want to get help for any field, you can make use of this question mark, or you can press F1 from the keyboard. Then you can even customize your display option, just like we are customizing on our mobile phone. We can customize here for our this SAP Logon software by using this layout menu option. Okay, then when we are going to enter the information in the SAP system, what we need? See, you must sometimes select among several options. You have to select so many options. But when you are going to select these options, okay, you can select only one option, and in other cases you can select more than one. So when you are limited to only one option, okay, you are going to make use of which button? Radio button. And how that radio button is identified on your SAP Logon? See, it is given here as an example, where click the none radio button. Okay, it is given here. You can click on this none radio button. See how you are going to choose the option with radio button. To select an option, you can click the radio button next to that option. Okay, see, every time you will find on SAP Logon, okay, in front of any option you want to select, you will get this radio button. Now you may have the question where exactly it is. Okay, I'll take you back here. Okay, just a minute. Here you might be observed. Here is that radio button. Okay, with this input field, a radio button is available. When you click it, you are getting multiple options which are shown here in this particular example. Okay, so you can change your selection by clicking a different radio button. You can change anyone. Okay, you can just select anyone at a time. Then to select the radio button using the keyboard, also you can use the tab key to go for this group of options, or you can use your arrow up and down keys to move for the desired option. Once your desired option is selected, you can press the space bar from the keyboard. Okay, and please remember, radio button generally used to select only one option at a time among given one. Okay, you cannot select two or more than one at a time there. Okay, see, right now it is just showing. Earlier I was saying, okay, click the none radio button. Right now it is going with which button? Local currency or this particular field. I want none. Then in the next thing slide, you are able to see now when I am switching from local currency to the none. Okay, this is the use of this particular radio button option. Then to select the multiple ways, okay, or multiple options or fields together, then you will find the use of checkbox. See here, you are using the checkbox to select multiple options at a time. Okay, I want to select here, suppose open item, cleared item, then with special your general ledger transactions, I can select this one. Okay, so here whatever the option you want to select, you have to just click on that option, and once you click, you will find a tick mark sign, then that option is selected. And if you want to uncheck it, just click again on that option, that check mark will be disappear. Okay, with the help of your keyboard, with the help of tab key and arrow keys, you can select your particular checkbox, or you can unselect, or you can make that check mark disappear. Okay, see here, suppose I want to click the parked item which is not yet clicked. So once I will click, you will find the change on this button, and then okay, I want to again click the open items. I can click on the open items. When you click on the open item, which one was already selected? See that it is already selected. Now when I click on it once again, is twice, then it is get disappear. So like this we can select, or we can say deselect your check, or I can say input fields in your SAP navigation or on your SAP logon. Okay, I hope you all are understanding it. See then, like your radio buttons, check boxes and other communication or navigation options available on SAP logon, again we are getting various dialog boxes displayed on your SAP logon during our operation. So your SAP system displays dialog box when first it requires more information before it want to proceed, or it want to go for next stage, or it is providing the information such as messages or specific information about your current task. So it gives an alert kind of thing, or it prompts us when it is moving to the next task, or when it want to get a confirmation from that developer or that from consultant, then it prompts this dialog box. See that. So when you are going to proceed or you want to continue, you need to choose a particular option. Okay, then what are the options available on the dialog box? They are like a buttons. So here on this particular log off, here see that it is saying unsaved data will be lost. So it is informing to the user, okay boss, you are going to log off, but your data will be lost. So do you want to log off? So it gets the confirmation from the user. So it is like providing the information. This dialog box provides me the information. Okay, even it gives me hint, now do you really want to proceed by doing this data lost here. See, this is the point. So when you end a task without saving your data, just by clicking yes, you will move ahead. If you say no, then it will definitely ask to save that data as per this given example. Okay, then next point is, see, when you will go on SAP logon, for certain fields it required input field is available. Okay, what is this required input field on SAP system? See, it is like this. Sometimes you encounter input fields containing a check mark icon. How that icon is like this check mark, means suppose for this account field the check mark option is given, then these are the required input field. So what I mean by required input field? See, these are just like when we are filling any suppose like Gmail registration form, means you want to create your account on Gmail first time. Then when you get that registration form, you find certain fields are mandatory. So required input field are just a mandatory fields in simple words. And in SAP, in logon, they are not shown with that star or asterisk sign, they are shown with your this check mark sign. So whenever you find this check mark sign, it means that this is the mandatory or required input field. Okay, so until and unless you will not fill this field, okay, the screen will not be proceed further, or system will continuously prompt you to fill this particular data. Once you fill, then only it will move ahead. Okay, so these are the certain required input fields available when you will navigate on your SAP logon. It depends on application, it depends on which particular screen or which particular data you are processing with the help of this SAP logon. See then, apart from that your required input fields, there are various tabs are available. So what is the tab? So you may observe here, see that first tab is the working times, second tab is additional account assignment, third is time quotas, fourth is your time management. But when working time is also selected, you may find again few more tabs. So tabs enable us to enter, to display and to alternate between multiple screens. So I can navigate very easily by clicking on this tab. I can click on working time, then I will be inside the working time. When I click on time quotas, I will enter into that time quota. Okay, so it gives us the clear overview here, very clear overview. So tab enables us to proceed from one page to another page without having any task completed, or sometime data may be incomplete on one screen, that still it can be proceed on another screen. Okay, it is just like we are navigating from one screen to other screen very easily with the help of this particular tab. But in some cases, it is said there, in some cases you must complete all the required input fields on a tab page before you can move to the next tab page. Okay, so somewhere these details are available, somewhere some fields are made mandatory to you. Okay, see then when we are going to do this use of tab, there are certain features associated with it. See, in the case of longer tab strips, okay, which are not all of the tabs can be appeared at a time on the screen, then the left and right arrows at the top of the tab strips allows you to scroll to all the tabs like this. This icon is shown here. So if you select or if you choose the button at the right of that tab strip, then system display all the tabs which are on that tab strip. And if you select the tab from that list, then selected tab or selected page will be opened for you. So they are arranged most of the time in the tabs like in an order of importance or in the process order of that particular transaction. So tab headers can contain your text, they can contain icons, or they can contain text and icons together. It depends how are they framed over here. Okay. See then again more details are given here. Tab. It is just one simple step is shown how the tabs are there and how these increased or I can say additional tabs are here. You can find it here. Okay, the special absences means these tabs are available but they are not able to visible or they are not able to accommodate right now on this current screen. But by clicking on this button, okay, by clicking here, you will be able to go with that additional tabs or additional pages here. Fine. See then again more details are here. When you click on it, you get the details. Okay, you get these details. Again I am clicking here on additional account assignment, then I am able to open the special absences means which are additional tabs here like this. Now, so up till now what we have been done? We have been seeing various options available on your SAP logon. At the top, what were the different options available as a part of your menu, as a part of your toolbar. Okay, now let us see the basic features. Okay, so in this section I am going to present a review of some of the more common features that can be utilized to navigate through this SAP logon or SAP software. See then when you will open your SAP software, once you will enter your all the valid credentials, your SAP AZ access means your SAP logon screen will be displayed like this. This is a screen. So when in future you will go for your internship or you will go for your actual practice, you will find this kind of screen first of all. Okay, and on this screen let us see the various options are provided to you. The options I just want to show you after this your menu bar, toolbar. Okay, this is your display information field and these are the application details are available here, and then here you may find like favorites, SAP menu, and inside the SAP menu so many sub options are there, and as a SAP consultant you are going to work across those options. Okay, you are going to work across them, right? Getting my point? You are going to work across all these options as per your requirement. Okay, then how to drill down? See, don't worry, the word is somewhat you may face. What do you mean by drill down? See, drill down means how you can explore these given SAP menu options one by one. Okay, so here when you log on to your SAP system, you will only be able to see a few choices, means only the broad choices, main choices. But if you want to go inside a specific choice, then you have to select it. So here just take an example. Okay, I want to reach a specific transaction such as hiring a new employee or entering time. Suppose one of the employees hired by the organization and they want to enter its in and out timing. Then what you need to do? You need to drill down to the lowest level. So where you have to go? Now employee hiring is associated with which module? Human resources. So here human resources has been highlighted because that is the area where drill down is required in order to reach the time entry screen. I want to see that or I want to enter that time entry. So I have been selected human resource. Then once that human resource is selected, what it says? Click the arrow next to the human resources. So I am just clicking this arrow which is given in front of this human resources. Once it is clicked, okay, what happened? See, note that additional related transactions with respect to these human resources are highlighted. What it shows me? It shows me the manager's desktop. Okay, then when let me go back. See that first it highlights the manager's desktop. Then inside this human resource, again observe carefully. Other options like personal management, time management, payroll and other details are there. So what I want to do? I want to do the time management for that newly hired employee. So which one I will select? Definitely among all of them I will go for which? Again arrow, this arrow, I will click it here for time management and I will be able to see the details inside this time management. I am able to see here now shift planning, administration, then your other options like incentive wages, time sheet. And inside this time sheet, okay, there are again two options are given like this, like cat 3 here it is showing display the working time. This is the transaction code to show the working time. And in the next case is what? Record the working times. Okay, see that these are the multiple levels we have been drilled down so far. Now you may say, sir, every time I have to go SAP menu, then human resource, then time management, and then time sheet, and inside the time sheet then I will find that record working time. See, no need to actually go through or drill down this way. You can enter simply the given transaction code. And what is the transaction code for record the working time? CAT2, that is CAT2. What you can do, this CAT2 you can enter at this command field CAT. Okay, obviously you have to put /n, then CAT your CAT2. And once you press enter now, you will directly come to this sheet where you want to record the working time. Okay, so this is the very clear. So once you choose it, okay, you are able to see this timesheet initial screen, and then it is asking you data entry profile and then the personal number or that employee ID. So you may be able to observe here carefully the data entry profile. This is the mandatory or required input field, and here once I click on it, I am able to get the various options. So what it is, see, this is the window where you will actually perform the entries required for the transaction. This is the point. So I have been already said, using a transaction code is alternative to drill down. Okay, so here a transaction code is going to do a faster operation, and see that when you are using the transaction code, you can reach your transaction screen where you want to do some job, where you want to add a few details or enter or delete or update something, then you can do it. So you can do it without using a menu bar. So what is the transaction code? See, transaction code is typically a 4-digit alphanumeric value. Please remember, it is not only a 4-digit, not only digits, not only alphabets. It is a combination of alphabet with the number or alphabet with the digits. That's why it is known as alphanumeric value that identifies a transaction. Just take an example. Suppose I want to enter a vendor invoice detail, then I will enter in this command field, okay, which is circled in red here, only that value what? FB60, and I am able to go for that page. Okay, once my that particular, see, previously we were talking about entering the time for employee. So when you will enter this CAT2 as a transaction code now, you have to just click the green check mark. And I already said green check mark is what? Simply inputting, or it is entering the value. It is confirming you are entering that value in this particular SAP logon. So what is an alternative for this green check mark? Alternative is your enter button. Okay, you can hit from the keyboard. Okay, so like this, see that I am putting this CAT2. Then once I enter that particular or I click on that green check mark, or I can hit that particular my enter button, I am able to see this one. See that here we have been already entered that particular transaction code, and see that you can enter the /n followed by that subsequent transaction code in the command field. Okay, so that way you can move ahead. So in a standard toolbar or navigation, please understand the navigation options in your SAP R3 system, which right now we are using, are intended to give the user as much freedom as possible when they are moving between the different screens and tasks of that particular module. See that for this there are various other functions, standard functions are available. They are like your back, exit and cancel. So on this screen you are able to see these particular options available. Okay, so I don't want to go in depth, already I have been explained about them. So these are the options. Then few more options are available. You can see here, this is the green check mark to enter. See, understand what is the importance or important point you need to note. This key does not save the information that you enter. Okay, to save that information you have to use the save icon. It just enter. It allows you to continue for the next step. Similarly, we are using this back key, okay, which is just to go back to the previous screen or menu level. Again, this yellow arrow, this can be used as an exit key. Okay, this red arrow can be used as a cancel key. Then save option, everyone knows about the save option, and similarly, you also know about this delete option. And to print that current screen, we are using this print key or print toolbar icon or button. Okay, so if you see that on the standard toolbar, okay, there are the other options are given at the end. These are what? These are simply used to move, okay, your through a long list or report or on your various screens. Okay, if I want to go page up, I will use the first single up arrow. Okay, if I want to go on a page down, I will use again this double arrows. Okay, then if I want to go to the first page, I will use or click on this up double arrows, and if I want to go on a last page, I will click on this double down arrows. Okay, so simple. To go back single page, single arrow up. To go back or to go to the next page, single down arrow. To go back directly on the first page, I have to go for this double up arrow, and to go directly on the last page, I have to use this double down arrow. Okay, so this is the point related to your this standard toolbar buttons or icons. See that one more thing is available, that you need to create multiple sessions. You may work with the multiple sessions of SAP. So what do you mean by session? Please understand. Once again I am saying a session is equivalent to a window. It means just like on mobile also you may have the various windows open. One for WhatsApp, one for your contact, one for messaging, one for Facebook. So you may scroll. So when you are scrolling on your mobile screen as well, you find you can go from one window to other just by scrolling it. Okay, and if you want to close all the windows at a time on your mobile, you may have the option close all by clicking the middle button, or by selecting that close all option on your mobile, you can close them together. Similarly, on my computer also I can have the multiple screens, okay, or multiple windows, and these windows are considered here as a one session of this SAP Log1. So what is, see that with this feature it allows to have two or more windows open at the same time. And okay, for example, see it is given, you can use one window to work on the transaction like create an invoice. Similarly, you can use the other window to go to the another transaction to check the address of the vendor without closing your first window. So that way you can do. Then how you can navigate between these windows? See, you can navigate between these windows by just pressing Alt and Tab button. Okay, right now I would like to show you on my screen as well. If I click on Alt and Tab, okay, you will be able to switch. But I am right now in this. Okay, see this way I am now just pressing Alt Tab, and I am able to switch from one window to other window. Okay, so this way, all of you please see. Okay, this way we can navigate, right? So let us come to our main window, right? Here I am available as a part of our discussion. This is used to create and navigate the windows. Similarly, we can use the shortcut on a desktop by using that a desktop shortcut icon given on your this screen. Okay, so this is about your that shortcut option. Then other details, once you click on that shortcut option, you are getting so many details available for whom you want to create, where you want to create, where you want to put that shortcut. All the details are available for your help. So then you will find it is created for particular HR data. So I can click every time on this and I will directly enter on this my screen in SAP Log1. Okay. Similarly, we can create a favorite. Okay. See, it is just like we are using a bookmark in our web browser. I think you know very well how to create the bookmark. So if any web page is open and you feel that okay, later on I just want to come on this particular page immediately, so you can make use of this facility of a bookmark. Okay, so let me show you if any bookmark is available here. Okay, I'll go to my mail. Okay, and here if I click on this, okay, you may be able to see this. Okay, here you will find, for me, these are the various bookmarks I have been created. Okay, suppose I want to go for a Coursera, I can simply click on this particular bookmark which is already saved. So I'll be able to open my Coursera page immediately. So this is just like your favorites in your that SAP logon. Okay, so how to do that one? For that, see that it is saying to add a favorite, drill down to the transaction code that you want to add to the favorite. First go for that respective screen or transaction. Then click on the favorites on the menu bar. At the top of the menu, that favorite option or icon is given. Click on it and then click on add. Immediately it will be added in your favorite list. So here, see, they have been given. Here what it is, just PA20, that display has been highlighted. See, this is the what I can say, transaction code that we are adding to the list of favorites here. Okay, so it is added. So we'll go to the favorites, we can add it here, click on that, click add, and you will find it is at the top every time. So no need to go in that HR every time in that tab. Directly click on this favorite PA20 for personal management. Immediately he or she can manage that data related to the human resources. Okay, so this way, and finally the status bar is available, which gives us the status of your current transaction. Right now I am doing the purchase requisition, so it is again shown at the status. Okay, how and in what sense you are managing that purchase your requisition or details. Okay, it is get shown even in that status bar of this SAP navigation software. Okay, so like this, there are so many ways are available, so many details are available in your that status bar. Okay, on its right side you are also getting the details in this way. So here it is what, okay, here you can see right now the circled in red, you can find it. You have the option to select from several other choices of data to be displayed in this area. You can select as per your requirement. Okay, so this is again the way to find out right now which current transaction code you are using. Okay, so again you can see here which transaction is going on, how it is. Okay, that MK03 is a transaction code, for what purpose it is used, you can understand this. Okay, this way we are getting the status. Even another way to understand your various transaction codes is what, you can go directly in the system and you can check the status, and you will be able to see the particular transaction code and its details which are encircled here on this screen itself. Okay, so that's fine. So there are, even you can create your personal menus also, but I am keeping this particular part as a homework for all of you. You will find out how we can create a personal menu on this SAP logon software. Okay, so just see these details which I am highlighting here. Okay, I am just highlighting, but I want from your end how this particular personal menu was created. Okay, just try to explore yourself on internet, get its details and do it. Okay, I hope you understand today everything whatever I have been said for SAP logon. So in future, very soon, okay, as a part of internship, as a part of practical hands-on, you all will use this particular SAP logon software. Even in our SAP education console also, when you will learn for the different topics of your selected or chosen module, you will be able to now relate those windows with this SAP navigation. So thank you very much for joining and viewing these details. Thanks a lot.